As part of the League of Legends partner program, I have been given some codes to give out. These codes will unlock the champion Rengar if you do not already own him. They will also unlock the Pretty Kitty Rengar skin, and on top of that, they will unlock the exclusive green chroma that cannot be bought in the store. The only way you can get this chroma is via these codes. So if you would like a chance to win one of these codes, all you have to do is leave a like on the video, comment down below, and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. I am also currently giving some of these codes away on both my Twitch and my Twitter, so if you would like more opportunities to win one of these codes, then be sure to check out the links in the description to follow me on both of those platforms. Enjoy the video, guys, and best of luck in the giveaway. Not only is support one of the most underappreciated roles in all of League of Legends, but it's also one of the most difficult roles to climb with when it comes to playing solo queue. Between having a very low damage output, having to rely on teammates, and having very little one-on-one outplay potential, having a positive impact from the support role can be quite a difficult task. Over the years, only a few support players have been able to overcome this setback and climb to the rank 1 spot on the solo queue ladder. However, just this past season, we had a new support player against all odds climb his way to the very top. What's going on, Nasty Nation? It's Nasty, and in today's video, I'm going to go over exactly how Mikyx was able to hit rank 1 while playing support. If you guys have not yet joined my club on club.gg, then you guys are seriously missing out. Club.gg is going to be your easiest and most fun way to earn RP and unlock yourself some more skins and some more champions. Club.gg is a Riot-approved application that allows you to compete in challenges in real time versus other online players, whether that be a challenge for max assists or max kills or max CS. There's a lot of different options. It's super fun and super easy to use. Again, this is club.gg. You can join my club and help my club rank up by clicking on the first link in the description. Hope to see you guys all in my club. Best of luck in your challenges, and now let's enjoy the video. Mikyx and his unique approach to roaming was one of the first things that stood out to me when I went back and watched the games that he played on his road to rank 1. Roaming is a core aspect of support, and something that every great support player can and should be able to do effectively. Some players, such as former rank 1 support player Olay, often utilize mobility boots and spend a large portion of the early game roaming to the mid lane, picking up kills, and carrying the game that way. On the other hand, players like Stuntopolis, who also managed to hit rank 1 while playing support, tends to avoid roaming as much and instead focuses on dominating the lane phase and snowballing his lead that way. Mikyx, on the other hand, does neither of these things. Instead, he utilizes roaming for the sake of gaining more vision control. Vision control is another core aspect of the support role, but in comparison to something like roaming, it can often go overlooked. Vision on the map is not something that will grant an immediate and visible difference, but rather something that has a gradual impact. Vision grants information that allows laners to play aggressively or play more passively, it prevents incoming jungle ganks, and it protects neutral objectives from being secretly taken. It's certainly not the flashiest way to carry a game, but Mikyx's large emphasis on the vision game is surely a game changer. The next thing that I want to discuss was arguably the most impactful aspect of Mikyx's climb to rank 1, and that is his champion pool. Some support champions specialize in peeling, engaging, healing, shielding, or poking. Other support champions specialize in a few of those things all at once. But one thing that each individual champion within Mikyx's champion pool has in common is their high playmaking potential. Miky shows zero intention of getting carried in his solo queue games. He wants to be the one to pop off, he wants to be the one that makes plays for his teams, and he wants to be the one that is the difference maker, and his champion pool that has averaged a 60% win rate is a direct representation of that. Miky's most played champion on this season was Gragas. Now, the main reason Gragas stands out alone at the top of this list is mainly due to the fact that it was his go-to pick whenever he was off-rolled in the jungle or mid lane. However, even with that being said, Miky still pulled out the full AP Gragas support from time to time, which is another reason that I figured it was still worth mentioning. Seeing AP Gragas support in Miky's champion pool definitely threw me off at first, but it does make sense if you really think about it. Gragas has a strong early, mid, and late game. He has an ability to gap close. He has CC, pick potential, one-shot potential, and of course Miky's specialty, which is playmaking potential. No matter how off-meta it may be, it definitely fits Miky's playstyle perfectly, and he was surely able to make the most out of it. His next most picked champion was none other than Pyke. Pyke has been one of the stronger support champions in the game ever since his release, due to his high damage output, mobility, execute, and crowd control, making him quite the playmaking pick. This pick is perfect for Mickey considering it allows him to roam around the map to get vision before heading back to the bot lane to pick up kills and snowball to the mid game where he can pick off and execute his enemies with ease. The next pick in Mickey's champion pool was Rakan, and even though Rakan has been out of the spotlight for a little bit, those of you guys who remember the glory days of Rakan will remember just how much playmaking potential this champion truly has. Rakan burst out into the competitive scene, being one of the most played support champions in the game. Mickey became a playmaking machine on this champion and often won the games before the enemy even had an idea what was going on. The last two picks on this list are going to be Thresh and Alistar, and the reason that I'm combining these picks is because these are the two champions that, even though he still had over a 60% win rate on, he played significantly less than the other three champions that I did mention. Once again though, you can obviously see that Thresh and Alistar are another pair of playmaking supports. These are champions that he was constantly going in on with and making plays in the lane phase, in the mid game, and in the late game, carrying his team to victory from the support role on these champions. Now to transition to the next topic, which also has to do with playmaking potential, I want to talk about a huge mistake that I see just about every support player making. One big mistake that I see these players making is being far too eager to pull the trigger and make plays. Mikyx, on the other hand, has a rather patient approach when it comes to playmaking. Rather than throwing out hook after hook or bubble after bubble, just waiting for one to eventually land, he hangs back and only pulls the trigger when he knows he can land the ability. A famous hockey player by the name of Wayne Gretzky once said, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." This quote essentially encourages taking risk and pulling the trigger no matter how bad the probability of missing may be. However, that is certainly not what you want to do when it comes to playing League of Legends. If you shoot and miss in a hockey game, the game goes on without punishment. If you shoot and miss in League of Legends, you're now stuck with a long cooldown that not only makes you vulnerable, but also allows the enemy to openly play aggressive without punishment. Mickey is well aware of this and is thus very patient when it comes to making plays. Rather than setting his focus on forcing fights and potentially making the mistake of setting his team behind, he waits for the enemy to be the one to make the mistake and then takes advantage of the situation. Just take this play here for an example. After picking up a really early kill on the enemy ADC, him and his ADC are proxying the wave behind the tower, and even though he is very close to the Zyra, not at any point here does he throw the hook because he knows he's still pretty far away from it. Instead, he waits for Zyra to get the confidence to walk up, then he lands the flay into the hook, and then is able to lantern its ADC to safety. Had he thrown out the hook previously and done it too early, he would have just missed, and that entire kill and that entire situation would have never happened. Instead, he's very patient. He waits for the enemy to make the mistake of being too confident to walk up, and then he punishes them. Now, I would just be oblivious if I didn't include this next part in the video because I do think that this had a large impact in his climb to rank 1. The next thing that I noticed that definitely helped Mikyx on his journey to rank 1 was his use of a duo queue partner. Surprisingly enough, utilizing a duo partner is something that the majority of players who play solo queue do not take advantage of. Mikyx, of course, is not one of those players. He is constantly having a duo partner. That way he is able to have that extra synergy, and he's able to have somebody who is on the same page as him at all times, willing to play just as aggressive as he wants to. By grinding game after game with his duo partner, he was able to create synergy that allowed him to be on the same page and understand each other's playstyles, have a reliable member on his team who he knew was not only going to not feed or AFK, but actually play good. And most importantly, he was going to have someone who shared the same goals and interests as he did, which was just to win. To be fair, he was also laning with Perkz, who is one of the most talented and respected players in the whole world, but that's beside the point. If you don't believe me, then just look at all the challenger ladders. Abusing the duo queue system is something that hundreds and hundreds of high elo players have done time and time again for the sake of ranking up new accounts and breaking into challenger. Some people may have too much pride to allow someone else to have that much impact on their games and their rank, but Mikyx was able to swallow his pride and be wise enough to understand the power of a duo queue partner. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, that is just about going to wrap up this video. Those were the main aspects that I were able to point out from the videos that I watched. Again, I went back and watched all of his games, or at least a lot of his games that took place during his climb to rank 1. These are the main things that I took away from it. I hope you were able to enjoy this video, and I hope that you were able to find this video helpful. Hopefully you can now go into your solo queue games and have a little bit more success playing support in solo queue, now that you have a better understanding of what it took exactly for someone who is playing support to reach rank 1. Like I said, that is going to do it for me, though. Make sure you guys drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. That'll do it for me, though, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
I could do this all day, I could do this all night, all month, all year, for my whole entire life. Who you know got a home but seem to live on the road, looking like a black gypsy in a caravan of bros. Music for the people, I used to rap on the train. Now I rap on the stage and I'm used to capital gain.